Well, I'm trapped under a mountain of carrots, and the only logical thing to do is burn them all
Why would you do that?
to get unburied from the carrots.
Why would you do that?
Because what else am I going to do with carrots? But I'll tell you what else I am going to do tonight, and that's I'm going to enjoy some Z1 Rando. We got some fantastic players on here, and what is this that I have been dragged into? Adirondack Frick in the booth?
Who dragged who? I'm the one being dragged into this.
I did not actually sign up for this, technically.
I believe that you had been asking me a lot over the course of several months to try to get me to do commentary with you. So yes, you did drag me into this.
Only at least 30, that's all it took. Kiki's always limited.
Anyway, let's go ahead and summarize these flags before this race begins. We have first quest overworld shape, dungeons, helpful hints. We're going to be starting with an easy shuffle. It's going to be 8 Triforces to get into 9. Ganon is forced. HP for enemies. If you watched last week's race, well, guess what? We're back to normal. Boss HP, we're normal. We do have dungeon location shuffled. Dungeon items have been shuffled, but what hasn't been shuffled, Trenton?
No hearts. So the items are going to be not necessarily in their vanilla spots, but are vanilla expectations for a dungeon.
Oh,
And soreros are on the coast. That's a nice early find.
well, we do know we need the ladder. That is now a guarantee. So what else do we have going on here? We also know that the book, when we do find it, is going to be our maps today. We also do know that enemy groups have been shuffled. However, what hasn't been shuffled?
Level 9 is going to have its vanilla monster set. However, I think you might be burying the lead, Rick. This is the rare occasion where hints are helpful.
What do you mean by helpful? We also found a power bracelet underneath the Armos.
Vanilla-ish, French vanilla. That means that they will be true. So whenever we see an old man in the dungeon, whatever he tells us, it's going to be true. And if you feel like spending a whole bunch of money, there'll be 6 that are purchasable on the overworld.
Yeah.
That will be true.
This is a fresh hell that we're going to try to get up to level 2 with El Soa getting bodied around by moblins and Lionels. You might want to actually wait until you get a stab device, but watch that be where the sword turns out to be.
Well, it is one of the things you like to check, these early locations, if they're available, but Bogey's decided let's explore somewhere else instead. Like
Ooh,
maybe
Trent
Level
got there.
4 as Captain Green is just located.
Okay, so it is not going to be a sword location. So that's good news for anybody who says no to that. But we do, once again, as you mentioned, we do have our first level location here with Captain Green being in level 4.
Yeah, he's looking to see if he can get one of those walls to open up with a bomb without spending a bomb. Just to give a brief explanation of it, but that doesn't happen, so he's going to move on. Going to be key blocked from any progress on that level right now.
All right, well, you're going to have to keep that one in your memory bank and get back to it a little bit later on as Truden Gamer makes his way around the traffic, trying to find out where we have a sword. Captain Green finding level 5.
Well, he's got a dowsing rod or something, because he's finding all the levels.
Well, that's what happens when you have one right next to a take any road.
Speaking of the helpful hints, Bogey has located the first of our 2 hint shops up at the vanilla letter location. Post office. There we go.
All right, to the bottom left corner, Captain Green goes, finds out that the sword isn't there, also now finding where that level 4 location is. All right, so we do know that we have moblins and Lionels all together in the same square. We also do have Bouncing Pole's voice out on the overworld as well.
19 for a small secret. That's some fantastic news, though.
Especially with helpful hints, it might actually allow you to purchase some of those hints.
Right, so we didn't see much of level 5. We didn't see a
Did you
second
see?
runner located.
Did you see how expensive 2 of those hints were?
I saw one in the 60s. I didn't have enough time to read them all.
2 of them are 60. It's gonna be very, very expensive if you do want to get a little bit of help in this game.
Yeah, but not to be...
Oh! So we have next to maximum for the low secret, we have a maximum mid secret.
We also have Captain Green with a weapon as our first runner to do so 4 minutes in. He was able to purchase a blue candle thanks to the secret, and now can actually kill some stuff.
Yes, and he's going to be trying to take it out on a blue Octorok to try to get himself a bomb drop. He does get it. So he's going to be able to get there to this cave here to find out what is inside, and it turns out to be not a level. It is going to be our 40 rupee mid secret.
Bogey's our third runner to locate that level 4 and see that there's no progress to be made yet. Truant has a
And we found level 3
spot
at level 5's location.
Is this where we're going to finally be able to make some progress? Captain Green is certainly well familiar with playing this game swordless.
Yeah, but he's not going to spend his 3 bombs to try to get his way through that lamb mola right at this point in time. So he's going to say no, or rather mold worm. He's going to get the 5 rupees, move over here, and see what we have in this direction. And what we have? Oh, that's a dicey room to try to get through.
Yeah, not ideal with just a one-shot candle. The other important thing about that level 3, though, is we've talked about how there's no hard shuffle, so he doesn't have to kill any of the floor rooms to worry about an item drop. He's just looking for a staircase. Didn't find it and moved on.
So we also find out that our keys, or at least one of the shops, is 84. Also finding this level 3, going to try to see what he can do inside. Bogey, the same thing as well. Gotta be a little careful as you're dancing around these bulls, boys, because they do 2 hearts of damage. However, Captain Green says no to losing his resources at this point in time, so he's going to head on down here. Now, you notice that Captain Green made sure that he did do a save, because he's going to check these 3 bomb spots here, and if he finds nothing of interest, it's retry City.
Still a lot of things that could be of interest, but none of them will be a sword because the logic would not require you to have bombs to get the sword.
Well, it could be a sword. It may not be the one that we can wield just yet.
Yeah, it won't be the wood sword.
All of our runners now have candles. We also find a ring shot for 234. And that's going to be it for Captain Green as he does the reset, get his 3 bombs back.
This is kind of an unfriendly start location in that you're all the way to one side of the world. Central is going to be a little easier to go in either direction, but now to get to the graveyard, it's just going to be a long hike.
The name of the game is to make sure that you don't take any bad deaths in the overworld, especially if you're on the left side of the map.
I thought the name of the game was Legend of Zelda. That one was for TGE, he only gets one. Alright, so now where is this sword going to be at? We've got Vanilla Start we haven't seen in a couple of caves right around there.
And Bogey's going to give us the answer whether or not it's at Vanilla 9 or west of Vanilla 9.
Well, I like where Bogey is because having not seen the sword, there's a couple of caves up here on Death Mountain where it could be, so got a chance to do something nobody else is doing right now. That's always a good place to be in a race.
Oh, so is in level 1. And there is a sword there, just not one we can wield. Also, level 1. Name that ink blot.
It's a Tetris game gone wrong.
Looks like the game is trying to do a map version of that T Island room. You know the one I'm talking about?
No?
Well, Captain Green's in level 1 as well. As you do see our container being guarded by a friendly dig dogger. Captain Green not playing the I want to use up my 2 bombs at this point in time. And it did turn out that level 1 was behind the burn bush. Where the just before you get into the desert potion shop would be east of the desert shop, I guess you can call it, over here. Captain Green's going to go inside, find out that that's the potion shop, and so the search for a wood sword continues.
We're not that picky. We'll take a white sword too, but we don't have it. The other thing about this one was it was key blocked, so you'd have to set up a cannon key, which on 2 bombs to kill that many enemies was not a friendly setup for anyone.
This doesn't seem like it's been a friendly setup at all here. All right,
Well,
so
we don't have a sword yet.
Yeah, I know. So as we make our way around, trying to figure out where this wood sword turns out to be, Captain Green finding another candle and key shop, and Elsoa finding level 2. I have no idea what that map is going to be.
Rick, I think our other runners are going to regret they didn't candle those dark nuts because we just saw the magic key. I'm sorry, not dark nuts, Stalpos. The Stalpos in level 1, right at the beginning, had the bubbles there. Our runners didn't clear it out, except Bogey did, and he was well rewarded for his efforts getting the magic key.
Yeah, we found level 9, we found level 6. Bogey just finding level 9 over here, just on the southeast of the pond. And Captain Green at Vanilla Start finding where level 6 turned out to be. So yeah, this whole thing about keys, well, it may now be a bit of a boom here for Bogey, depending on what we find.
Level 2, he's looking for a floor item, so something could just be sitting there for him.
And with the vanilla HP for these enemies, we know these keys are going to be taken down this time around without any sort of issue. Just had to leave the room a couple of times before he's able to do so. Elsoa damage boosting to get to the map here in this level 6, and I'm not really sure I like any of these inkblots so far.
$146 for the large secret. This is the exact opposite of a poverty seed.
And Elsoa finds the ladder in level 6, had to damage boost his way past a few dark nuts to get, but that gets him that silver arrow that's out there on the coast, and yeah, we have ourselves a big money all around. 1940 and 146. Now you can definitely tell that Lost Cards fan isn't on commentary for this race.
Curious how soon Elsoa goes back for the silvers, but where he is, there's so many of these open caves where he might find that wood sword that he just found right there that it makes perfect sense he would keep exploring here instead of going back for the silvers, which he can't use yet anyways.
And also just continuing to wrap things up over here, close to start, Captain Green finding level 7. So we have found every level but level 8 now, I think.
Well, statistically, you'd think it's probably on Death Mountain then. Or is this the rare, absolutely no reason that you ever need to go up to Death Mountain seed?
This might be the rare, no reason to go to Death Mountain seed. Captain Green's back in level 1. He'll be glad that he comes back in here, although he will be kind of wishing that he did have enough to take care of the Staphos earlier when he finds the Any key, but this is a quick enough of a return that's not going to be that really big of a problem. So there's that magic, the Any key for Captain Green picks it up, now has no more concerns regarding keys in the seed. Soa taking that wood sword, going into level 2. Interesting decision here.
Having the sword also means that with the keys, you can actually do something with this dungeon. You can actually kill off these enemies, make progress through there. So that's a big factor, I think, as well. The order of it probably didn't cost him anything as a result.
Yeah. And I mean, we're early enough in this run here. Captain Green getting the any key when he did. Oh, nice bomb force off the blue Tektites. And we find a key we don't need over here in level 1. And that Staffos seems to be wearing a Triforce. As Bogey gets the ladder out of level 6, we get ourselves the Dungeon Heart Container, or the Ladder Heart rather, in level 1. So there's 2 hearts in level 1.
Meanwhile, Eagle-Eyed Panzer Dave picked up something I didn't. Apparently we got hints. So Sail Not, the Magic Boomerang's in level 8, and level 5's going to have the red ring.
I didn't see it, so I don't know this is to be the confirmation just yet. Kappa.
We did have our first Triforce get as well.
I'll play the Jam Evil or Not Convinced statement.
Captain Green grabbed our first Triforce.
Oh, so is just walking past our second Triforce of the game. And this was the room I was talking about a moment ago in regards to level 1's map. Looking like this room that also is in at this point. Captain Green taking care of business over here with the Bold Room in level 3. You know, you got the short dungeons, might as well try to take care of them. Maybe you might find what you need. Also finding something that he doesn't want at this point in time, a blue Lamola. With him having 3 hearts.
That's a couple of ugly rooms to do combat in for level 2, so also is looking for some easier stuff first.
Well, you already know that you're only looking for 1 item at this point in time, considering the fact that one of them is guaranteed to be a heart container. Now, not having hearts included in the shuffle here means that you could be seeing low heart quantities for these runners by the time we get to the end of the seed.
Yeah, they're not going to need to kill as many rooms as they normally would, because most of those items are going to be sitting behind staircases.
Alright, Elsoa, you've picked your poison. Now you've got to deal with this 4-headed Gleeok if you want to try to get out of here. Good luck. He's got one of the heads down. Remember, these are vanilla HP, so it's the 10 hits to get rid of the first part.
Considering this is the furthest one away, I think it makes sense to do this. Andy still has 1 or 2 rooms over this particular part of the dungeon.
Pretty solid fight here for Elsoa. It's trying to maintain his beam sword. Gets hit, it would be 1 heart damage. And is he going to be perfect through this fight? Oh, they're trying to corner him. A little bit of defense now. I think he's got a couple more hits. 1 and 2. That's a pretty solid fight from Elsoa.
And all he gets is this lousy 5er. But that was a fantastic job. That's textbook. Feel free to try and copy those strats to kill 4-headed Gleeok. Biggest thing to know is there's only going to be 1 fireball on the screen, so he has to track where the fireball is coming from and also where the heads are going to make sure they don't pop him.
Truant Gamer inside of the level 6, about to pick up the ladder. Also finding out that, unfortunately, his expenditure of a key is going to be fruitless over here. And so we'll see how much more Elsoa wants to do business inside of this level 2 before he grabs this Triforce and goes.
I also want to say, that's pretty friendly of this level 6. Not only did it hand over the ladder, but how early it handed it over. 6 can be one of those dungeons where stuff is really deep and takes a lot of clearing to find it. To get the item out of the way that fast and only need the Triforce is fantastic.
Yeah, but we still need the Triforce. And that could very well be in one of these nooks and crannies of this level 6. We are not going to need the bait for this seed, as Feed Me More is in a single room. You can bomb to the left if you need to.
And Alsoa grabs a Triforce piece.
And Captain Green, inside of this level 3, this ink blot looks a little more like it's actually a shape as opposed to just dots on a map.
ET Phone 3.
I'm going to say no.
He's looking right at you. How can you say no?
Sure. I'm looking at it too. No.
There's covers for Alsoa in one. Captain Green looking for this staircase. What does 3 have for us to bow? Ladies and gentlemen, we're in no mode.
Are we sure of that? Because we haven't found level 8 yet.
Well, assuming sail not, then we have the resources to do everything but the recorder.
Yes. So therefore, we are definitely not in no mode just yet.
Okay, Schrodinger's no mode.
That's right. There we go. Now you've got it.
And that, of course, means we know where the required pieces are. Not necessarily that anyone has picked all of them up yet, because Captain Green's still going to need the ladder and the silvers, of course, but he's got the Triforce out of 3.
Also, finding the Triforce in level 1. I'm not really sure Alsoa wanted to pick up the Triforce in this current position, but that is what he just did. And he's going to walk away. Truant Gamer is continuing to search out for this Triforce as Bogey is in level 7. So, of course, there's 2 reasons why we could need the recorder. The first reason, well, level 8 could be under the lake. The second reason, Dig Dogger could be leading us to a Triforce. We don't know this at this point. Alsoa back in level 2, now with the any key in hand, couldn't go to the right earlier because of the fact that he lost the key. By a lake is an entrance to death, we already knew that. Bogey finding the raft in level 7, we know that that's not anything that's needed for this seed because, as we've mentioned earlier, there was a hint saying sail not to save the princess.
Well, Captain Green, I guess somewhere along the way he spent some of that money on the wood arrows. Kind of surprising in this seed, but I guess if you don't have the ladder, then it makes a certain amount of sense. You get white sword damage on range. He gets a raft. There's part of the value of hints is if you've seen Sail Not, and you know you don't need that, then you probably would have been a lot more inclined to just take the Triforce and get out of level 7.
Well, I think the big thing here is this is a big money seed. You saw the mid secret being 40. You saw the low secret being 19. Shut up, game. We already knew that about the silver arrows. Which means that Lambo, I think, is where the second item of this level 2 is going to be. And Truant Gamer, unfortunately, suffering a death here. As Alsoa is going to be showing us how to bomb a Lamola.
Bogey sailed to get the heart for 10 whole rupees. But it stops the beep, so, can you argue with him on that? Get some cheap bait.
Yeah, little does Bogey know that the bait's not going to be needed for this seed. But again, it's kind of like the arrow purchase. You know this is a big money seed. Might as well buy it. Because the last thing you want to do is set yourself up for a return trip into a dungeon because things decided, hey, you know how you didn't buy that? Well, now you got to do it. Oh, Alsoa taking a death. He got a little impatient. That's a tough grind right there when you lay down those bombs and they don't fall into the pathway of the bomb. And, well, the unfortunate thing here is he got a little impatient, left the doorway, and left himself open to getting the damage there, especially considering the fact that he didn't want to waste away that last bomb.
Bogey's come back to the first hint shop up at the post office. So there's confirming your hints from before.
I still don't believe it.
Rick, you don't have to sail to save the princess.
Captain Green gambling to win and will be purchasing a blue ring.
How great is that? He took a chance. It paid off. I love it. I have a standing rule that if I'm under 30 rupees, I'll always try the money-making game.
So finding the map to level 4, name that ink blot.
By the way, Captain Green did find the letter.
Gamer finding another key. The only one of these runners who has not returned back to level 1 to find the Eddie key inside. As also continues to search out this level 4, hoping that what he left behind inside of that level 2 is not going to be important.
I really don't mind key purchases.
Hey, there's our recorder in level 4. Now, Trenton.
Now we are in no mode because nothing can block us. We just have to find where level 8 is. But the other thing I was going to say is I really like actually the key purchases in this one. If you don't
we didn't even need it.
So
we didn't even need it. Gliok returns on Death Mountain.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't figure there was only one shot.
Well, yeah, but still.
I'm saying there was a chance.
There was a chance. Yes, that chance was not as big as being all the way up there on Death Mountain, but, still, again, we don't know if there's going to be a Dig Dogger blocking a Triforce, and now we're safe from anything blocking a Triforce.
Did we mention that the old man had the wood boomerang? Because the old man had the wood boomerang.
No.
And no one has burned it yet.
And where are you going with this?
To level 5 with Captain Green. He's looking for another Triforce.
He instead finds a map.
That's an ugly sight. I think this is like that a Metroid or something hanging from the ceiling.
Alright, Truant Gamer getting the Triforce out of level 6 all the way up in that top right nook. That's a nasty location for their Triforce. That's going to take people some time to actually get to.
Now, we talked about what we need. Now, luxury-wise, there's still plenty to gain because the White Sword is out there, the Wand is out there. There's some benefit if you happen to stumble across a staircase, even if you have everything you need.
Yeah, but there's no benefit for standing in front of a Wizrobe. Captain Green just leaving in time before he got zapped for 2 hearts damage.
Unless you have the magic shield, but most people don't get that.
Yeah, they don't. Hey, Dodongo dwells on the forest. Thank you, old man.
Just because hints are helpful doesn't mean they're useful. Just means they're true. Like chat being fine.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The fine chat that is joining us for this Zelda 1 Weekly. Hope everyone's having a fun night. We're having some fun. Our runners might even be having fun.
Captain Green finds the transport over here to the corner and gets greeted by some Wizrobes.
Wizrobe firing squads are not fun.
He finds himself a heart container on the floor. So far, nothing's needed to been killed in order to get this. And also getting his flute in level 4.
So Recorder basically takes care of our boss situation. We'd be able to kill any of them, well, if you had the bow, so... None of our runners could actually kill every conceivable thing that they would run across yet, but we know where all the tools are. By the way, thank you, Kairos, for tracking tonight.
I must say shout-outs to the interesting move here to the another runner that we have here. I did not... I thought... I was, like, curious. Why am I hearing the overworld music? And all of a sudden, well, it's also its fault.
But we still blame TGE, right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, there's an old man talking about Guerrilla grumbling. So our Triforce count isn't particularly high yet. Almost a little surprising that Also is the only one who took the time to do 1 and 2 already, because they were pretty close to each other. But they will not be long dungeons for our other runners when they head back that way.
There's the Triforce for Captain Green, but because he's not in go mode, he is still hunting down what else he can find. He's looking for a staircase. Where is that staircase? Well, we don't know.
Yeah, not even that he... Not just that he isn't in go mode, but what he doesn't have, being that ladder, and he knows he needs it for the silvers. It's just going to leave you in a different place where you're not going to want to leave any possible items behind in a dungeon right now.
Oh, well, we already knew it was in level 5. We had a hint about it, didn't we? It was one of those ones where I didn't believe it, but apparently it would turn out to be true.
Rick, you don't have to sail to save the princess!
I'm still not convinced.
Red Ring is going to be a fantastic defensive item, and it's one of those things not needed but never unwelcome. Captain Green has his Triforce out of level 5.
He's the first one on the board to 3. But he still doesn't have the ladder, which we know is in level 6. True Gamer getting the red ring. And of course, we don't know where level 8 is, but we know it's somewhere on Death Mountain.
You know, we haven't seen any of the bomb upgrades yet for as much money as we've been walking around with tonight.
Captain Green did have all the rupees earlier.
Yeah, he did the money-making game, then he bought a blue ring. Truant, on the other hand, is walking around with 200, and he could easily afford a bomb upgrade if he happens across it, but we have not yet.
They still make bomb upgrades?
I've heard rumors. Buggy has heard rumors of the bow, and he is going to collect it now. He is, in fact, the first of our runners on stream to now be in go mode.
Not convinced.
Rick, even if you had to sail to save the princess, he's got the raft. Unless Rick has somehow convinced Fred to invent a mystic way to make the book required to defeat Ganon. It's true, and it grabs Triforce out of 5 and Buggy out of 3.
Can we get just like the old man in, or rather like the monolith in Link to the Past? You have to read it to access the dungeon.
All right, so Bogey's going to be in a level clearing mood. I assume he's going to knock off 2 and 1 here in pretty
But
quick
he's not in,
succession.
but he's not in go mode. We haven't found Furry's favorite item yet.
Well,
Apparently, I'm testing Fred. Hi, Fred. And hi, Petra, hanging out in level 3. Also, is getting all the fun bosses.
Hey,
tonight.
there's the book. That Lamo had the book in level 2.
Well, that's interesting that we didn't see it then.
Well, it's because also ended up dying to that Lamo trying to get it.
Yeah, it's the Atlas. It definitely has value early. I mean, I'd still pick up the Atlas just to go into 9, honestly.
Even if when you're getting into level 8. And we know how level 8 can be. It could be massive, or it could be winding.
Captain Green and Bogey both gonna pick up the Triforce out of level 2.
Bogey ain't coming back. That book's gonna stay right there for Bogey. Captain Green finding level 9 right now, and look at that map. Okay, I have my idea and where Ganon's going to be this seat. What do you think Ganon is in that 9?
Somewhere after the first room. First 2 rooms, in fact. I'll double my guess. Bogey, by the way, needs only 1 more heart to have a chance at the magic sword that we, of course, have not seen. Alsoa's gonna find the bow. That will put him in go mode. Schrodinger's in his case, unless he's seen the sail knot hint, which I think he did, actually.
I believe we did see the magical sword.
What do I mean I haven't seen it? Means I missed it when they were exploring. What I didn't miss is Bogey picking up the Triforce out of 1.
Captain Green is not even going to be taking any sort of hard containers at this point in time. It's time to go. I've got myself a red ring. I ain't worried about combat. I'm gonna go over here to the corner, try to figure out where this these remaining dungeons that I haven't found. Also picking up the Triforce in level 3.
We've been able to rack up the count pretty quickly here now. And all of our runners are starting to get the pieces together. Truant and Alsoa still need their bow. Captain Green, unfortunately, still needs that ladder.
Didn't Elsoa just pick up the bow in level 3?
Okay,
There it
sometimes
is.
the tracker eats inputs. That happens.
These trackers eating inputs? Never!
I blame Firefox.
I blame Opera.
I never tried tracking it with using Opera.
Neither have I.
Alright, so Alsoa is item hunting in 2? He died here before, as you said, so he didn't find the book. I'm not sure what he would value enough that he'd be doing this, though.
I don't think Elsoa... Well, that's a death right there. I don't think Elsoa has seen the hint about the sail knot. So therefore he may be thinking, maybe that's the raft. Do I really want to stay in here? Do I want to continue on with this?
Buggy's gonna grab the red ring. Again,
That's something
never
that-
an unwelcome thing.
Yeah, that's something that Elsoa needs. And I believe Truant Gamer also does have that red ring out of 5 as well. There's the recorder for Captain Green. He's going to grab that. Just in case. I mean, you're never going to say no to do that. And I mean, we've yet to see a dig dog regarding a Triforce, but that doesn't mean that we won't.
Well, you haven't seen the Triforce in 8 yet.
We haven't seen 8 yet.
You have a general idea.
We don't know how the interior's painted.
It looks like a level.
Well, I'm sure it looks like a level. I'm going to guess orange.
Couple more Triforce pickups. Still no bomb upgrade, by the way.
What is that theme?
Don't have the audio up enough where I could hear it.
It's probably some sort of role-playing game RPG. Yep, Chrono Trigger. All right, there we go. Where was okay? So Bogey now on level 6. He's gonna go ahead and grab this map because then he will regret his life because of how nasty this level 6 is. Everyone's getting that ladder, by the way. There's no way that Captain Green's not going to get that ladder because of how winding this dungeon is. Also, is probably going to hate the fact that he now finally finds this red ring, but he's not going to disagree with it. Just hate the fact that he ended up taking those deaths in level 2 as well as level 3 before getting that.
Well, but once you're at 9, you're probably gonna just be happy that you have it.
Toot the flute to get 40 rupees.
That's some lunch money. Druid's got the Triforce at a level 1. Again, our runners, after taking a little while to get started, had to find a weapon. Now they've racked up the Triforces in the last 10 minutes. Pretty fast and furious.
What kind of lunch are you buying for 40 rupees?
I mean, I'd probably go for a good barbecue. Barbecue Octorok, that's probably a thing.
But bait does cost more than 40 rupees there, Trenton.
I said barbecue Octorok. Not bait.
I'm not even going to go into what bait may be actually made of in this game. Because I don't want to think about
barbecue. That's raw.
So it costs less to barbecue it?
Depends on portion size.
Okay, that I will give you. Captain Green's going to get his ladder right now.
And be very happy about that because nothing's going to stop him now except actually finding Triforces. Triforce Eye? Something like that? Druid, meanwhile, gonna stabby stab some Gleeok and have this Triforce whether you want it or not. But he does, so it all works out.
And he's going to leave, whether you like it or not.
Also is quietly racked up. I say quietly. Considering the deaths, he would have lost some time, but here he is tied with Captain Green for the most Triforces now, 5 each. Bogey the same.
Alright, so is stopping here at level 3 on the good old pick a dungeon game here. Again, we still have yet to find level 8. We do know by way of a hint. It's in Death Mountain.
Hey Rick, what were you saying about our runners having low heart counts tonight? Jewett now has reached enough where he has the minimum chance to get a magic sword if he's really lucky.
Well, I'll just still be 14.
Of course, just as we have enough doesn't mean they'll take a chance on it. They're gonna do it based on what's on the way. Al is into 7 and trying to find a path over to that Triforce.
Great bombing here from Captain Green. No. When you do enough of the any percent runs, you learn how to bomb. You learn how to bomb blue dark nuts like there's no tomorrow.
Bogey now has the Triforce lead of our on-screen runners, picking up the first 6 in a row. And Captain Green was, I think, fishing for a room drop there, or just didn't want to get Wallmastered going through there, more likely.
Yeah, he doesn't know that
very convenient for a speed run.
Yeah, Captain Green does not know that this room that he's in right now is where the Triforce turns out to be. So maybe still trying to kill easier rooms in hopes that maybe Triforce drops or Compass drops. I mean, when you get the red ring, you're pretty much in tank mode at that point.
Depends on who you are. I promise you, I can still die to this room.
Well, yeah, if you mismanage rooms, they can still be quite bothersome. Truant Gamer getting the bow at a level 3. And look at that map for level 7, by the way.
Do I have to?
Well, it's on the bottom left screen, so you have 2 options, Truant Gamer. You can either not pay attention to it, or you can look at it and just think of how bad level 8's going to look.
It gives me horrible flashbacks to Tetris runs. You just don't get that gap back easy. Truant's got the Triforce at a level 3, so again, our runners picking up the first 6 in a row. How long do we have to go through this dungeon to get that Triforce out of 7? Captain Green specifically killed one of the pieces of Dig Dogger, knowing the rest will go away. However, that couldn't be our transport staircase, so the only thing you could theoretically have had here is an item.
And but the heart shuffle turned on, we're not going to really be heart shuffle turned off. We're not really going to be finding an item. I mean, these runners would love to find a white sword. Probably won't see it at all, though.
Could settle for a
There's
while.
a bomb upgrade in 7. It's +3. For 78 rupees, though, that's not bad.
When you got plenty of walking around money, you'll just take the bomb upgrade, and even if it was only 2, hey, it's still more bombs.
So it's going to be the first one to actually get the Triforce out of this level 7. Look at this. Everyone on our restream here, well, until now, was in 7.
Still technically true when you said it. Would figure Also is probably going to end up back in 6 to clear it up, but also considering where he is in the world, he may go hunting for that level 8.
Yeah, we know it's not going to be up here. We've already seen these 3 spots earlier when we were trying to hunt down that white sword. Or rather, not the white sword, but the wood sword. But Captain Green now with the Triforce in hand and getting ready to purchase some more bombs to make sure he's ready to go, stocked up, and, well, sure also probably wished he could have gotten that bomb. Truant Gamer picking up the Triforce out of level 7.
First 7 in a row completed. Now Truant is in the right neighborhood to start going to Death Mountain and looking for that missing level 8.
And Captain Green back inside of this level 7, tried to hunt down the right path to get you to where this Triforce is. Ganon and his minions fortified these walls to make sure that the runners couldn't get to this Triforce easily. It was like, what, behind 3 different bombs?
No one promised it would be easy. It is level 7.
Bogey with the Triforce. And, yeah, 11 Druid Gamer hunting down that Octorok with an arrow. After 11 hearts, not enough to pick up the magical sword.
I think 1 arrow was pretty mild there, honestly. Perfectly rational reaction.
Yeah, sure.
For context, you would need 1 more heart to be 50%. Captain Green has got the Triforce at a 7 and will now go level 8 hunting.
There's a level 8 now over here for Elso. It's in that screen with the trees. Guarded by some Lionels, but we're all fine. Alright, let's see where this Triforce is in level 8, and then we'll make our way over towards level 6, get that Triforce for Elso, and then make our way to level 9. Anyways, looking over here to Captain Green, picks up the silver arrows while he's over in this district. He too needs to get to level 8, and him sailing across the water tells me he did not get those hints earlier. And also picks up the bait, and oh god, look at that 8.
Do I have to?
Well, you don't have to, but then I question why you have like a black bar over your Elsoa feed at this point.
I don't know. So my really obscure reference for what it reminds me of is Mr. Glitch. If you remember your old Square One and Math Man.
Nope.
That's a shame.
I did tell you that level 8 was going to be orange, though.
I think that was your guess, yes?
Yeah, that was my guess. Oh, that's a nasty thing. Those 2 rooms are blocked off. Segmented part of that dungeon of level 8. There's the other bomb upgrade. Also, does not have enough rupees. Takes out his frustrations on the old man.
Gives him the appropriate thanks.
Yeah, that's definitely
Checking
thanks
up
right there.
Glitch, by the way. Captain Green definitely does not have enough hearts to pick up that magic sword. Not even gonna try.
Alright, Chun Gamer making his way over here towards what will not I'll be Death Mountain, but has only 2 bombs, so it's gonna need to find a way to get some additional bombs into his arsenal. Captain Green getting a free pass back to start.
You really don't want to see that, because there's really not a great way to get back there. Well, I guess we can record our 7.
Well, we found out what the other hint shop was, but those hints very useless to us at this point in time. And so too is that hint about Gliok lurking by the Lost Hills.
Old news, old man. Alsoa. Logic, Alsoa. Logic.
I'm not sure what you're getting at with that.
Can't be the Triforce or the recorder would be... I'm sorry, we don't have a hint that the recorder is not required. Never mind. That was the raft. We don't have to sail to save the princess.
See, this is why I wasn't convinced earlier.
We still haven't had to sail to save the princess.
Yeah, we did.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did. Didn't Truant Gamer purchase a heart so he could save the princess?
That wasn't required, that was just to stop the beeping.
I thought beeping was mandatory.
Depends on how much you like your sanity. Question, chat. Do all the runners know where 9 is? I don't think that's the case. At least 2 of them have seen where 9 is, but I don't think they've all found it yet. They have all seen a hint, so they have a general sense of it.
Yeah, they know where 9 isn't. Everyone's in level 8 at this point in time. Everyone, except for Alsoa, needing that 8 Triforce to get into level 9. Well, Alsoa needs it as well, but he also needs level 6's Triforce. There's our magic boomerang.
And he doesn't even burn it. TGE will be so sad.
Well, there's a reason for that, and we'll get into that in just a moment. That's the red candle, which, by the way, makes both the wand and the white sword the items in level 9.
Great! The ones that could have helped us do this even faster. Actually, this was pretty friendly items from the game, I would say. It took us a little difficulty to get the dungeons initially, but, I mean, we had an early ladder. We had an early magic key. The bow was not hard to get. And really, it just took us a little bit of time to get to start and get that wood sword.
Ooh, that's going to be a rough death there for Alsoa to take, more for the fact that he was just right against the wall. There was just hoping to get through the bomb wall, but unfortunately got fired down by, having gorillas and wizrobes in the same room is not necessarily a good recipe for fun.
There's a recipe for fun that involves wizrobes?
Not really. I mean, you put them together with gorillas, and you also put them together with Lionels, and that can make for quite a rough firing squad.
Always unfortunate when you come out of a warp staircase and you get the firing squad. Alright, Chad, where is our Triforce at level 8? And if you care to guess, what quadrant of level 9 will Ganon be in?
No.
Rick, you gotta let chat guess if they want to.
We're gonna have our own fun around here.
Chat's gonna have fun whether you want them to or not. And it's fine. Alright, Patra, give up the goods. Oh, hi, Troll Handler.
Alright, for those of you watching live here on Speed Gaming 4, there's been a point prediction going into the chat here on what we're going to find first. Zelda's location, and by the way, compass that reveals her location counts. Or Ganon's location.
Slight mathematical edge on Zelda, because adjacent room, of course, but you throw in the compass and you got one extra room in the range of Ganon's roar. Plus, hints are helpful, so could get quadrant narrowing it down.
Yeah. However, Quadrant doesn't tell you the exact location, so we won't even... If they get the hint for which quadrant she's in, that doesn't count.
Now, biggest thing that would do for you is maybe you look a little, and Patra is giving Bogey some trouble. Of course, your reward for this is manhandling in the other room, so good luck with that.
Speaking of Petra, that's what Captain Green is facing off against over here, and he'll maintain the blue potion. Finishes off that Patra and gets nada for the reward. Where is this compass to level 8? Where is this Triforce to level 8?
Hey, Truant had the money for the 8th bomb upgrade, and no Triforce from Trollhandela up there.
No Triforce for that room here that El Soya ended up taking a death out of earlier. So the search continues.
Nice thing about this Goma is he's not guarding the Triforce because of that key on the ground. Which is not a nice thing about Goma, because actually there's nothing nice about Goma, but that's a nice thing about the key being on the ground.
Gonna have to keep an eye to see. Well, I was gonna say to see if Captain Green was gonna do a bomb for us, but unfortunately, that answer right now is a stone cold no.
Yeah, we've got all 4 runners in 8. Which one do you think gets the Triforce first? I get a feeling Bogey's gonna sneak it out.
So right now we're looking at 6.5 to 1 odds for Ganon being found second, Zelda location being found first.
Rick, are you seeing this? Are you
That room
seeing
with the
where
blue
that
whiz
Triforce
robes.
is?
Right north of the start area is where the Triforce turned out to be.
Bogey grabbed the compass and found out it was just right over here. Just some blue whiz robes hanging out with the Triforce, of course.
Yeah, if you had the guts to go ahead and deal with this room fast enough, well, then congratulations. These runners, they said no to this room. This has got to be somewhere else. But Bogey, about to be the second one to get into level 9 once he does get this Triforce. I think El Sol gave up on this 8.
I really wish he had ducked out of the room and kept a couple of those killed, but it worked out for him. He's got the Triforce.
There we go.
And we're ready to go.
All right, Captain Green loading himself up with one more package of bombs before we get into level 9. So obviously, heading into level 9, we will be looking for 2 things here, and that would be the roar and that door to let us know where Ganon is, let us know where Zelda is, and of course, to resolve our point prediction. Here we go.
Level 9. This is going to be a very broken up one. Rick, when you see one that's broken up, does it lean you more towards checking warp staircases instead of the linear exploration?
I still think that one room that is hanging out over on the right column is where Ganon is, but that's just me.
I've always
Never
been
mind.
a fan of the explore the warps first.
Never mind. Ganon's one room away. Can we narrow it down just a little bit more?
Well, there's only 2 choices. And it's not that one.
There we go to the left. There's a door up there. And congrats everyone who put in their guesses for Ganon. We have found where Ganon is. So Trenton, take it away.
Here we go. Captain Green has everything he needs. Ganon in his room, of all things. So there'll be fireballs. Second hit is on. That beautiful stun lock there. Captain Green doing the double tap technique. Keeping Ganon in place. Not even the portrait change. One hit right after the other. Into the red. Silver Arrow finishes the job. Captain Green gonna take down Ganon as Bogey enters the fight. And the race to find Zelda begins.
Yep, 7 and 8 and over 9 and 10 and 11 and 12 and 13, 14, that's, never mind, 15. And there's the kill for Bogey. So which one of these two is going to be finding Zelda? Oh, thank you, gang.
Thanks, old man.
That's the one hit we don't need. Okay, Captain Green storing up a bomb possibility here coming up. Can he get it? Yes, he can. Good job. Now, will the staircase do anything for him?
And he got a random too, so he should
Yeah.
be in great shape.
Yeah, he is. Bogey here going to the southeast quadrant. Don't know if we can do anything with that. I don't think we can. Yeah, we can't do anything with that.
And
Bogey
you know what? A
realizes
little
it.
advantage here to Captain Green we haven't mentioned. He picked up the book, so he's got the atlas here that Bogey does not.
Yeah, so therefore he knows exactly the way that this dungeon's laid out. Those black spaces cannot be rooms, so he will not be trying to bomb to get into them. Like, for instance, we probably see Bogey maybe try to bomb this room to the north. We know it's not a room. Captain Green comes out here, out of the staircase, going one room to the north, finding another staircase. That's not to take it.
And the biggest thing we're looking for right now is shutter doors.
Yes, we
want
are.
one that'll just pop right open when we walk into the room. So if the room has a path you can walk through, you're probably just going through it as fast as you can. You don't really want to kill stuff. The compass would be valuable, but you don't want to spend time fighting for it.
There it is.
You're just looking for that right there. Captain Green's found the room. He's found the princess. And a GG to Captain Green.
So, Captain Green's the first of our restreamed runners to finish in 104.26. Second place because Homer J. Smash smashed this seed. 46 minutes, 11 seconds.
I'd be fascinated to know what he did, but I'm guessing he found the sword a lot faster and then probably cleared out one, got the magic key, and was just set up to roll from there.
Probably took a few gambles as well. So, yeah, congratulations to Homer J. Smash, smashing it up on that seed, doing everything he could. And I think it also came down to whether or not you had a thought in your mind about that Wizro room in level 8.
Yeah, that was an easy way to pick up a lot of time versus what we saw. This is a long 8. You've got
Bogey's
false alarm bosses.
Yeah, Bogey's in the right area. He just got to go one room to the right, and he will find that shutter door that opens up. So here goes Bogey. There's the shutter door that opens, and Bogey will be the second runner in our restream to find the finish. So get your GGs in the chat for Bogey. He will finish 4th overall with a time of 105.48 because 9 seconds earlier than he did. Sidetown, 3rd place, 105.39.
That's amazing with how many different ways there were to do this seed, really, that people are finishing that close together, but we got a lot of wonderfully talented people who do these things.
Joining this race room now is our restream runner in 2nd place overall, Captain Green. GG's.
Thank you, Rick.
How did this seed feel like it played out for you? Especially that middle part where you're just hunting down items.
I felt like I got off to a really good start. I mean, the Iniki early is fantastic. The middle felt okay until the ladder turned out to be like one room in the 6 completely free, and then I felt pretty bad about it because that was basically the main key item I was looking for 20, 30 minutes or whatever it was.
The one thing that you had over Bogey is both of you ended up doing the Ganon fight at about the same time. You were just seconds ahead of Bogey at that point in time here on the restream. But you having the map, knowing that there was that little block of rooms that was to the north that were blocked off by like a barrier of black rooms. Student Gaming finally gets that Triforce out of level 8. That kind of helped you at least to lead you in the direction of some staircases, and that helped give you the advantage over Bogey.
Okay. That is good, at least for the digging. Because it was one of those things where it's like, as long as I dug all that, I was like sad. It's like, why couldn't I have at least found like a wand or a white sword, you know? And like, of course, I had to narrow down to 9 or 8 at that point.
They were both in 9. Both of them here in 9. We know that confirmed at this point in time. Also, we have Bogey in here with us.
Hey. How you guys doing?
So
GG.
You too.
everybody here on this restream dug that level 8, did everything that they could, except for that one room to the north with those blue whiz robes.
Yeah, so partway, I like to think out loud on my stream, and as I was walking into that room, I'm like, nope. And then I was like 4 rooms away from it, walking away from the blue Wizrobe room, and I'm like, you know what? I have this awful gut feeling that the blue Wizrobe room will have the Triforce, and I found the compass all the way up north, and I'm like, yeah, gosh darn it.
Well, that's roughly where Alcella is right now, having just grabbed it, and Truant has just entered this level 9 that was all kinds of special.
Yeah, level 9 actually wasn't too bad. I mean, obviously, I found Ganon pretty quickly, and then I realized I'd mismarked my map, so I just kind of wiped the slate clean and went through it and was able to find Zelda. I think just seeing Captain Green's time, I think the one thing that could have maybe helped me was not dying twice to Gleeok in, was it level 4? I forget which level Gleeok was housing the Triforce. I think it was 4.
Yeah, 4.
I killed him I killed him one time, and his fireball got me after I killed him, and had to go do it again, and died with half a heart. I was a little bit frustrated from that fight, but otherwise, I think I was excited to find the magic key very early. I felt like I was exploring the overworld a little bit too much. I was trying to find some of the other levels, since it was kind of hard to get up towards the northwest of the map, so I probably spent like the first 20 minutes just exploring where things were. Never found 8, but found a hint for it. And then kind of just... I had go mode relatively early, I think. I don't know, 2 Triforces in, I was basically in Triforce and go mode, which was nice, except for level 8, just had something to say about that.
Yeah, any thoughts about Homer J Smash getting that 49-minute time?
Yeah, did he confirm that he was racing the same seed? Holy cow. Like, I saw that and I'm like, oh, I must have done something wrong. I'm guessing that...
What's funny about that is...
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, the further I got into 8 as I was digging that, the worse I was feeling, because like, because I saw that time, of course. I'm like, there's no, like, he had to have killed it, so there's no way I'm, like, the Triforce is buried in here.
Right. Yeah, no, and that's, I saw that time come in, and I'm like, the only way that he could have gotten that time is if he killed the blue Wizrobe room or killed that Patra right at the beginning of level 8. So once I found the compass, I'm like, I was like meta playing it in my head, like how he would have gotten 46 minutes or whatever it was. It was insanely quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, just looking at my time, I spent 12 minutes in level 8. I mean, even shaving that off, I mean, I guess his overworld exploration was incredibly efficient. So even if I had just gone right to those blue Wizrobes, I mean, at best I could have done like under, sub hour. But yeah, I mean, GG's to him. That's an incredible time.
Yeah, and the amazing thing is that the fact that we know that both major combat upgrades, the wand and the white sword, they were in level 9, so you didn't have those available.
Yep. Yeah, and then bow was in 3, which was fine. So having the bow helped a lot. I was able to buy the hints. I forget which set of hints I was able to purchase. I think I found the second hint location, but didn't have enough rupees to buy them. So luckily at that point, the only hint that truly helped me was knowing that Red Ring was in 5, because that definitely saved my hide grabbing that. But otherwise, I mean, I felt pretty good about the seed. Just Bummed about the Gleeok fight, and that's about it.
Y'all are on a roll tonight. Truant, meanwhile, not only found Zelda's room, then found the compass, then found the hint for the compass, and is still searching for Ganon. Has got to be thinking something along the lines of, okay, game, I've got it already.
But Garia's guard the compass.
But at least we don't have to sail to save the princess.
The amazing thing is that, despite of all of his trekking through this level 9, the additional rooms that we didn't see from either Bogey or Captain Green, we haven't found either of the items here.
No, they're hiding somewhere else. They're in level 10.
I thought the book was in level 10. How about that level 6? That was a disgusting looking map.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Triforce was
Good.
what in the upper right. I don't remember what the trick. Oh, we had to fight a Gleeok to get up towards that Triforce.
Yeah, it was all the way in the right portion of that level 6 where you start on the left side, so that didn't help matters at all.
Got Truant in here against Ganon. Taking some damage. I hope he's got a potion. Be a good time to use it if you got it.
Or get himself a good stun lock.
Stun lock, that'll work too.
Yeah, we see Elsoa facing off that Gleeok that was just mentioned just a moment ago here by Bogey. And that is a beautiful stun lock there for Truant Gamer. Half of a heart finish. It is now going to be going to find, or rather go to retrieve Princess Zelda to be the third of our runners. The restream to finish the seed.
Yeah, now he knows a path to get there that's different than what everyone else did because he found that first, so it just makes sense that he goes back the path he knows rather than trying to find a different one.
Well, it's the path that everyone ended up taking to get to her. It's just the fact that he found it first, which is the most interesting thing. You know where the wand and the white sword probably are? To the right of her room.
There's a chance. There's also a chance that Truant is gonna finish this off right now, mainly because he will.
Or it could be in that room too. But yeah, there's Truant finishing 12 of these runners at 1:15:49.
Can she be in an item room? I mean, I know you can have bombs or a key on the floor, but I don't think didn't think she could be in an item room.
So we also have Shaddy, who finished in 5th and 108.23. Shinigami finished 6th, 108.34. Chessjerk, 108.44 for 7th.
Truant, it's over!
Yay!
I gotta say, I did love that you made the early Death Mountain play. Obviously, it didn't work out, but it was just different than what everybody else was doing, so you gave yourself a chance there.
Yeah, I think I found myself that way because I was looking for the sword and I was just looking for open caves. I saved the one bomb to get the spot over near between the grave and the Armos, and then I just didn't make it up the ladder and didn't go back.
Yeah, this is a case where all of you were in, what was it, level 7 at the same time, level 8 at the same time. The path to the Triforce, it just, obviously Captain Green and Bogey found it a little bit faster, and then level 9 ended up giving you a few tricks too.
Yeah, I thought it was going well until it didn't.
And that's the way it always goes. Elso has entered level 9 now. Bogey and Captain Green, I'm not sure we mentioned this, but you basically picked up the Triforce from 8 in sync. And then killed... Captain Green killed Ganon right as Bogey was starting it. So you did a couple of things near in sync there.
Nice. That would have been a fun one to watch at the end there. Good for the restream. Exciting finish.
It is. You want to give us any final thoughts before we let you go?
No, I think just GG's again, and thanks for the comms and restream and everything. And, yeah,
Well, that
thanks everyone who
staircase,
was
by the
watching.
way, that staircase that was true rooms to the left of Zelda's room, turned out to be the pathway that was one room south of Ganon.
Yeah, I think Alsoa ends up being the fastest to get to Ganon in level 9 of what we've seen. A little trouble getting Ganon on the initial hit. Not a bad idea if you can tank it to just sit there and let Ganon come to you. He's got the hits in now. Go, Ganon got away. But
Yeah, just stay in this
Ganon's gonna
corner
move
and
in
just
a
fire the
pattern,
sword.
so you can pick him up there. That's a good strat when you are having a little trouble getting him.
Alright, but the problem is that Also doesn't necessarily know where Zelda is, and is not going to go back for that staircase just yet. Was probably hoping that that door opened up, but it didn't.
And
So
also,
we
did pick up the books, so 2 of our runners had a map for here, 2 did not.
Yeah, so Truant Gamer, just taking a look at the run as a whole. When did you see when Homer J Smash ended up finishing?
Yep.
And what does that do in your mind? How does that make you play out the remainder of the seed?
Well, I was trying not to be meta with it, but it's kind of hard not to when you see that and you're still a couple Triforces away. So then I was thinking maybe level 8's all I have left. It might be back towards somewhere near start where I didn't clear out. Can't be Death Mountain because nobody ever starts with Death Mountain, but it was Death Mountain. And then I got in there and I saw that first Blue Wizro room and I said, it's probably that, but I want to go check some easier rooms before I actually put up an effort. And it was that too. So usually it's not always the safe bet to try and meta something like that, but in that kind of circumstance, I probably should have because that was just such a quick time. It caught everyone off guard, I bet.
Definitely caught me off guard. I got to see it when it happened, but obviously we don't say anything here on the restream until somebody finishes here on here. But yeah, I was wondering how the play styles for everyone was going to change when that first finish came through.
And it's definitely different in this kind of race where you have multiple people as opposed to a tournament race where it's one-on-one because it doesn't matter at that point. But when you're going through this, sometimes you do want to meta it because you think you can sneak up on something that you might, you're like I said, I was one Triforce away and I doubled back towards start because I didn't clear around the lake thinking it must be something simple.
True, and I have to ask you about the level 9 experience because first you found Zelda, then you found the compass, and then you found the hint for the compass, and I gotta imagine you were like, okay, game!
I think I also saw a hint for silvers.
Yeah, they laid Elspar.
That's a great hint. I will say these flags have been very Captain Obvious with some of the hints. Like hints, I've seen a lot of hints where it tells you where level 7 is when you're in level 7. That seems to be a recurring theme over the past week with these flags.
Oh yeah, I did a seed earlier and I got the triple combo of this is what's on the coast, this is what's the white sword item, and this is what's the level that you just cleared out and already got the item from.
Oh yeah, I do want to ask that. How about the money in this seed?
Money for me was fine, except for things were really expensive. So that's what caused the most trouble for me, and especially having silvers relatively early and just having the wood sword. So I was relying more on silvers for combat than anything.
That's why the seed gave you 1940 and 146 for your secrets.
Yeah. I want to say I only found one of the large secrets. I don't know where the other 2 were. But I just didn't happen to stumble on the. I found one of them, and ended up buying my hints with the one large one. but I must not have cleared the other two.
I did the same. They must have either been on raft spots or all the way up in that corner of Death Mountain because I only found one as well.
Oh, so it finds Zelda's room. Alas, she's not there.
Manhandle is quite the letdown when you're looking for Zelda, but more unfortunately than that is to run out of bombs. Also, let's just take a brief moment to think about what the odds are that Ganon rolled vanilla his room when it wasn't forced. I'm not going to calculate it, I'm just going to appreciate it. That's not exactly a common thing.
1 in 19.
Hey, that's some good news for Alsoa, actually. He just got the compass hint, and he's not that far away.
Hey, there's the wand.
I see Ganon was hoarding all the firepower in this.
Yes, he was.
So if Alsoa goes up here, he's near that Guerrilla room that had the compass.
That would put him back on the path towards the staircase he started the level 9 with. But obviously he's going to have to find that one.
all the staircases, so
Well, he's got very
grab a bomb.
he's got very little options at this point, and more because of the fact of that 0 that's underneath the A.
This may even be a case where he needs to... Well, he doesn't really have enough money to go buy bombs, though.
Now, with how much it costs for those bombs, but gotta hope that the red gorillas play nice and give you a chance, and red Wizrobes play nice and give you a chance.
There's also blue Lionels outside the dungeon. If
Oh yeah.
you wanted to go
Well,
that route too.
If Elso goes to the right, if he goes to the right,
Think right, chat.
hey, there's a bomb. Go right. No. Right. No. Oh. Well, that's not right.
He's been consistent about taking these staircases. That's his strat. And honestly, if he saw the map, that might be his strat. But this is just not one where it's worked out for him.
Answering the question, in X guards the compass hint, can it always be a room with just that enemy, or can it be in a mixed room? It can be in a mixed room.
Truan, any final thoughts for you before you call it a night?
I just want to say that I actually did like the flags a lot, despite the outcome.
Did you do last week with the max HP?
No, I missed that one, but that one looked fun too.
I'm sure someone can dig it up for you if you want to try it.
I suspect that you're pitching it to me because I'm not going to find it fun.
There's
Hey,
the compass
there's
for
the compass.
Alsoa, who may be having certain regrets right now.
Why did I do this? What's wrong with my life?
I could have been asleep right now.
Happy 7-Eleven day, everyone.
Oh, you mean you can get a free non-brand affiliated icy drink today?
Sorry, there's none around here. Also goes over here to the right. We'll see the shutter door opening up, and that will do it for us today. Also goes and destroys the seed, says goodbye to the fire, and gives Zelda a few arrows. And a few wand blasts as well, I think. Yep, there we go.
The reigning and undefeated hide-and-seek champion of Hyrule.
Yep.
Zelda has been rescued. GG, Alsoa.
I think he's a little, let's just say, displeased with how this back end of this run went.
Yeah, I want to say, I just don't think you can fault his 9 strategy at all. It's just a case where it didn't work, and that's not necessarily what you have to go by when you're judging these. He went for the warp staircases. It got him to Ganon faster. It just unfortunately took him away from Zelda when he was a couple rooms away.
I think really it came down. 6 didn't go also his way. 8 didn't go also his way. Taking the death to the Lamo before he was able to get the book, and 2 didn't help matters either. And I think it's just those things that just add up in this seed, and that's unfortunate here for Elso, who I'm going to assume is not going to be joining us for the post-race interview. So I'm going to leave the floor open to our guest here. One last word.
Thanks for doing comms, guys, and thanks, Kiros, for doing the tracking. It was a fun one.
Yep, thank you, and we'll see you later.
That is going to do it for the weekly race this time around. We will be back again next Sunday, 10 p.m. Eastern, for more madness. And if you want to make suggestions on what we should run for flags, you can do so in the Zelda 1 Randomizer Discord. And, join along for one of these races as well if you'd like to do so. So, with that being said, thank you to everyone for joining us for this race, all the runners that have been in this race, for Kiros for doing the tracking, and Trenton. I guess we did not need to sail to save the princess.
Karos, as always, thank you for tracking. Rick, maybe it won't take 3 years to do a second booth with you, but thank you so much. It was fun. Chat, you're a fine chat. Thank you so much. Hope you all had fun. And remember, as always, sail not to save the princess.
Yes, indeed. We'll see you in 2024, apparently. Goodbye, everyone.